Okay, so thank y'all for coming back to the channel where we talk about faith, fitness, finance, you, and relationships. And I forgot to get back on here after coming back from my Belize trip, watching a friend get married over there in Belize, in his hometown in Belize. And I just want to say I had an amazing time out there. And this video basically will be on relationships, building relationships. You know my lifestyle of balance. You gotta fill up the cups from your faith, fitness, finance, you, and relationships. And that's one of the things. Before I get into that, I just want to say the amazing time I did have over there, seeing someone, the person that actually got married, he was actually in the military with me, and I called that's like my military family. So seeing a bunch of military friends over there, family, friends, just all together having a good time, smiling, laughing, telling old stories, joking, just being around a good environment where you just feel fulfilled. Every day I was over there, feel some type of feeling of just being around good vibes, positive vibes, people that you love and respect. I mean, as a friend, that some of my military friends became secondary family to me. So, and that's I think we need to be on top of building relationships. Sometimes I think I really do struggle with maintaining relationships, and that's why one of the reasons why I started this channel, because anything that I see that got some flaws in it or I want to improve to a certain extent, I try to self-evaluate and then write out a plan and then create an action plan for it. And some things I know I'm good with, some things I know I'm struggling with, so a certain percentage. But even with the same field, I feel like I got my highs and I got my lows. So my highs, I know I'm strong at. For my lows, what can I do to bring it up? And with relationships, face to face, I can show up. I I'm a Sagittarius. I believe in signs, so I don't know if y'all believe in signs or not. But I can show up. I can cut that switch on. Have great time face to face. Enjoy the moment. Enjoy the time that we are together. But sometimes I do struggle when I come up with a goal or come up with a challenge to myself. I get so focused, like I be in tunnel vision, and sometimes I don't follow up with relationships. Sometimes now, nothing to be wrong with the relationships, you know what I mean? But when we get together, it's like you just saw each other yesterday. But sometimes I know I need to work on maintaining relationships, meaning keeping in contact, checking up. And I was thinking about in my 20s, I feel like I did these things. Nowadays we got these phones and we use more for the wrong reasons now. You do social media posts like this or YouTube, but just reaching out sometimes become a task. Now, when I think about checking up on people nowadays, if I like a post on social media, oh, I'm following their ways. Now, but I know we all consume with life, but life be life, man, out here. And we all got challenges or goals that we actually try to attain for ourselves to keep us busy, but we do have time to connect with people on a day-to-day basis or a month-to-month basis or year-to-year basis. But sometimes they get put to the side, and that's not we don't have no discomfort with the friendships or relationships, but we put that to the side because we feel other things, rest or job, if somebody got kids, somebody married with their spouse, and sometimes it consumes the day, and you're like, dang, time went by, a day went by, a week went by, a month went by, a year went by, damn, a decade went by. That's how time seems like it gets so ahead of itself unless you take back the control of it. So when I say I want to do a lifestyle balance, I just want to always continue to fill my cups. And the cups that got some holes in it, I'm trying to patch them up and evaluate why these cups have holes in it and try to make the best of it. Because as you get older and older, we just trying to fill cups. We're not trying to pour it out, deplete you, feel like it's draining you. If it's not filling my cup, I won't be a part of it, because I'm all about now peace, happiness, enjoying the moment, enjoying the time, just being in a comfortable space. So that's my whole thing. That's why I need these 5 categories to feel whole and live with my purpose. Live for what I feel God intended me to do. Um, so, and I said I'm gonna work on this because you know what? Going to vacation was actually pretty good for me just to reconnect and stuff. But you know what? When I first moved to Georgia back in 2017, I was a lead teller, and I had these customers. They were some older ladies at the time. I'm in my late 30s, and not 30, they 37. Okay, 37. So, and these ladies that come into the bank, it was a group of them. They was all friends, and they had an established friendship. Like they had like a yearly calendar where like they're planning 2 big trips, 1 or 2 big trips throughout the year, and throughout the month they had like time where they spent with each other. Like they went to bingo or they went to some type of activity. It could be paint and sip. It could be some, and they invited me to one of their events one time. But I thought that was so cool because as we get older, we gonna need some of these relationships. But it's not gonna be all about just the money and what's going on in your own household. You need some friendship to feel whole as well too. To take off some of the time that you have in the day. And for myself, I already know I want to retire early. And I know I got to fill up these gaps in my normal time frame. I know I'm gonna always go to the gym. I know that, gym. I know that certain things, volunteer work. Now, when I first pre-retire, I want to do a part-time job to make sure I'm comfortable to do that. Hopefully I can do this in the next 5 years. I go to a part-time job, but I want to have relationships where I feel fulfilled, or volunteer, do things. I challenge somebody, because most people, they working just to be working. It's not a purpose job. It's something that pays their income, it pays their lifestyle. If you could say you could wake up each and every day and do that job for free, and you living at your purpose job. Me, I make the best of my job, but I don't feel like it gives me purpose. I don't identify myself. I would go work in a Boys and Girls Club in a heartbeat. I would do some financial workshops here and there, in my free time. So something like I would do in my free time, and don't be restrained to a time, I would do. So, and I want to gain back. Like I said, with finance, I want to gain back my freedom with that. But let's sit back on the subject of relationships. So, when I seen the ladies do that, it brought me joy to see them do that. I'm like, oh. And I said, after this year, I'm doing the finance, but after this year, I want to start building like relationship groups where I have different relationships for different categories. I can have a friend group for finance. I have a friend group for going out. I can have a friend group for doing some certain activities. I can have a friend group about talking, not say politics, but I'm not a politics type dude, but whatever the case may be. But some friendships can't mesh with the others because that's for that own purpose. So I'm going to create that plan where I have some relationships where I have groups where we do trips together, or we could go out hanging together, or we could have finance talk, and we have invest groups, and have these different relationships where it fulfills my need, but same with them, it fulfills their need as well, and we all feel aligned with each other, and I think that'd be pretty cool. But that's what I was thinking about. But I don't want to hold y'all too much. I'm in the gym right now, and just hit my mind about building relationships and also keeping relationships, because I feel I need to be getting stronger of keeping in contact with people, like even my family members, my Navy people who I serve with, that I ain't feel like I ain't called in so long, but we still cool to this day, you know what I mean? And we get together today or tomorrow, it'd be like we saw each other yesterday. But I want to do a better job to, like, save with all these relationships, because even when I do retire, like, just going on my way just to go to the state they're in, you know what I mean? Or go chill with them for a weekend, or go chill for a day or an hour or two, you know what I mean? So it's like, I think that's going to be important in life, you know what I mean? Building healthy relationships that identify you. Sometimes those certain relationships die down, and that's cool because we all grow as a person, seasons change, and it's just life, you know what I mean? There'll be no big resentment or remorse with people, but sometimes we outgrow certain things, and sometimes we get in our feelings about certain things, so to slightly move on. We wish, and it'll be sometimes it be negative with some people, but it still be a healthy balance. Okay, we know this, we moved on from each other, but it's still love there at the end of the day. You know, but we just probably can't be in the same space as we used to be back in the days, and sometimes that's our biggest fight, trying to be how it used to be, and that could be a struggle in yourself. That could be mentally draining because you want things to be how it used to be, and you hold on to the past moments. But I look at it at this point in my life, it's like I appreciate the moments, you know what I mean? So even if we move forward, you know, I don't have no beef with no person in this life, but no bad, real ill with any person in this life. But I know we all have our seasons. Some people will come to our new season in life. Our minds change so much, you know, we want to still keep the relationships, and we try to do our best to keep some relationships, but some go, some come along, and some stay. That's just part of life. What I learned in my life. I can't tell you about your own life and what you experience in your own life, and we all working better to get to a better goal, to what we think is better in our own minds. But I know I went over my time today, and I just want to get up here and talk about relationships. I know I talked a little bit about finance, a little bit, but y'all live this day called life the best way you can. Always live a lifestyle balance from your faith, fitness, finance, you, and relationships, and you'll definitely feel whole in life. Y'all take care until the next video.